Hi there. Just want to tell you, in 2005, two events converged that sparked my curiosity regarding how to teach these basic tenets and functional importance of emotional intelligence to as many people as possible in a user-friendly way. Remember, we have a feeling brain that thinks. The two events were, one, blending two families in a second marriage for each parent, and the discovery of a chart, author unknown. This chart, which is this one, you see it here, and it just, again, it was in speech and hearing materials or somewhere, and it just worked when I did marriage education, when I was talking about to the kids at school, etc. It just made sense that there were these different ways of being. So this chart, which has evolved into the form that I'm sharing in this class, has been a guide, and by the way, in the years since, so it's been this line that is the yellow, slow, caution, how do I move forward, choice point. It's what it evolved into. So this this chart has evolved into the form I'm sharing in this class and has been a guide for growth and change in myself and others. I've shared this with girlfriends for their families. I've shared this, I've been asked at marriage conferences if they can have a copy of this. And again, I wish I knew who to give credit for having formed it in the first place. But as my blended family of teens came to know each other and problems arose, thanks Mig, keeping each other safe, lots of mama bear, Papa Bear situations. I taped this chart, which has now been laminated, but I taped this chart to their bathroom mirror so that they could see that there is a different way of being. If they were fighting or upset or angry, or I could say, wow, I like how you used iMessages today. I like how you took responsibility. So I could use the language of either side. So this was on their bathroom. However, in hindsight, again, this was 2005, so 16 years ago, because that's the year I got remarried. I didn't create a structure or a method for them to move from one side of the chart to the other, nor did I ever really fully explain, because I didn't really think about needing it, how powerful their hardwired survival brain is, how it's loaded the deck towards negativity. So again, there was no structure at that time, but hopefully now through this class, you can see the power of slowing ourselves down and the power of stopping where behavior changes. We have, again, a feeling brain that thinks. So as a family, we had the beginnings of a common language to share and develop why one way of being, in this case, why one way of being was more satisfying, caring, and less stressful. But in family meetings, what we used to say, and I would say, gosh, if they were still arguing about something or couldn't figure something out or, ticked at the world or whatever, I would say, really, if we can't get along as a family, how can we ever hope for peace and understanding in this world? And I would say that amongst couples, as we're raising our children, whether we're in remarriage situations or not, that this idea of emotional intelligence and the ability to choose and teaching what's happening in our systems, so kids and adults who haven't been taught, really the power they have to make a different choice. And I love this from, my kids would probably just tell me if they said it. I think it's from Star Wars. Anyway, do or do not. There is no try. And I just have always loved this, because you truly either do, you're positive and you're moving forward, or you're not. There is no, I'm going to try to not do, I'm going to try. Anyway, so thank you for listening to this module.